Hey guys, so I am going to show you the Kilo Kit and layout share for my first kit, stash kit of the July Scrapathon. That was the summer based one, this one right here. Now with this one, it's far from killed, and I didn't exactly reach my goal of 7 layouts. I kind of did. I'll elaborate on that. It's barely killed, but the reason I decided to, I could make like, I bet you I could make at least 10 more layouts, at least, just using the kit. Not to mention how many project life pages I can make. But anyway, the reason why I decided to disperse it was I kind of had enough. So the last 2 layouts I made supposedly with the kit ended up it's these two. I'll show you them to you better later. Ended up not really being from the kit. For this one, everything I only used this chipboard set and this from the kit. Everything else was not included in the kit. As far as this one goes, the only thing I used from the kit is this word here. Actually, I did use quite a few things from the kit from here. I did use 2 pieces of paper, this chipboard piece, and this die cut, and the background paper, and the washi tape. So, I did kind of use stuff from the kit, but I didn't exclusively use stuff from the kit, and I just was going through my stash, and I wasn't really feeling using stuff just from my kit. I wanted to bring in some other things like this chipboard set and this and the sequins and stuff. So once I start pulling a lot of things out of my kit, like I'm not talking about pulling an alphabet set for one of the layouts, which I don't think I like, or like pulling one little piece of twine or something, or like some enamel dots. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is really pulling a lot of things out that's outside of my kit when I could have easily used something that was in my kit. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever, but that is usually when I decide to stop using a kit and move on to something else. So yeah. So I technically made six full layouts, which I think is a good number. 6 full layouts using only my kit, and then I have this half one which I used mostly. Most of the papers that are on here were from this kit, but this is the one that I made combining my two kits, which you've probably seen in the other Kilo Kit share as well, because yeah. So I think I just used the papers that were included in this kit for this one. So that kind of counts as like half layout, so 6.5. And I don't know if these really count. This one doesn't really count, but this one, I don't know. But yeah, if you count these and this one fully, you could say I made 9 layouts, which is well above my my goal. But I think 6 and like this half one is really is perfect for me. It's really hard for me to do that. So anyway, I'm going to show you. The sequin is getting unglued here. Sorry guys, let me just glue that down real quick. So after that rant, which I don't know if it made sense, I hope it did, I'm going to show you what I have left first, and then I'll go through the layouts. So where to start? So I have my kit organized in this is from IKEA. It's a desk organizer. I don't know the exact name of it, and it fits the 12 by 12 stuff nicely, and it matches my other containers that I have on my bookshelves, and it looks pretty on my bookshelves. So this is where I stored this kit throughout the month. Now where to start? I'll just start from like the bottom here. Die cuts. I didn't use all that many die cuts. I did use some, obviously, but I had a full pack of the die cuts, and I also had all the cutter parts from the 6x6 paper pad. That's all in here. In addition, I also had a couple more die cuts that were not included in the Dear Lizzie Have a Place die cut pack. So there was a lot of die cuts and cutter parts. And I did use a couple, which is good because I finally used some of it. It's not completely unused now, but yeah. And I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about separating the cutter parts out from the die cuts, But on the other hand, I'm not in the mood to do that. So I might end up sticking these in just one spot and freeing a little space for something else. Anyway, not really relevant. Washi tape. I did not use any of these. Or this, or this, or this. I did use a ton of this because it's my all-time favorite, and it's like a nice stripe, and it's just really easy to use. I did use one of these clips, which I know that sounds not good, but it is good for me because I have not used this set in so long. It's not even funny. So there goes that. I did use quite a few of cards, or at least, I don't know if I actually used a lot, but I did find myself looking for something in these cards, and I often found stuff, mostly stuff to fussy cut out, like shapes and stuff. Mostly from the Sunshine and Happiness collection by Simple Stories. I don't think I used any from the Perfectly Imperfect, because I didn't end up scrapbooking anything from Greece that I could use with that. But I did use quite a few of the Simple Stories stuff. I didn't use any of the Photoplay stuff, but I did use a lot of Simple Stories. So that's good. So I obviously included way too many cards in this kit because I like to have options. So I think I'm happy with the amount I used from that. See, here's some residue that I'm going to throw out now. I did keep this stuff in the kit while I was working with it because you never know when you're going to add a little something somewhere. I'll show you an example when I did actually do that in one of the layouts, maybe even more than one. But since I'm done with the kit, and I'm not going to keep this. I just keep it while I'm still working with something. So that empties this first row of containers. Then these enamel dots weren't in my initial kit share. I added them later just because this blue color worked kind of, and I did manage to use 2 of them on a layout, so that's good because I'm trying to use these up. And like the pinks didn't match, I was just trying to use a blue one, so I managed to do that. I did use quite a few of these. This was a brand new sheet that I was hoarding for like a year, and I finally used a couple. I think I used 5, which I am super excited about. And here's a photo I was going to scrapbook, didn't work out, so I'm just going to keep that and scrapbook it some other time. These, I don't believe I used any of these. And I think that's because I have so many title options in this kit. It's not even like, I mean, I had these, I had these, I had these, I had two sets of alphas. I had this that has some titles on it. I had like so many things that I could add titles with, and I just ended up using these because the other options that I had are dimensional, and these are paper. So once I've already added added a lot of paper layers and die cuts and stuff that's paper, I really prefer to go for something with a bit more dimension, which is probably why I didn't pull for these and stick to first. And I usually gravitate towards the chipboard and puffy sticker stuff. And I didn't use this. That's okay though. I love this. This is something I pull quite a lot, so that's okay. I didn't use any of the tissue paper. This was a brand new package, and I did dig into it a bit. I used the frame that was here, a scallop piece. I'll point them out as I go. There was a piece here that I used, and I think there was something there. Not sure, but I am super happy with the fact that I used that, because now once I use even like a couple of pieces from an unopened package, then I feel a lot more free to use it again, and I gravitate towards it once I use a couple of things that I love. Let's see, didn't even touch this. The brads, they look empty, but they're not. I did use quite a few. I only have 4 left. I took them off of there so I could cut off the little prongs, I guess you could call them. I don't know. So I have these 4 left. And I rarely use like the embellishing things they come with, so I kept them just in case I needed them throughout the kit. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw out all of these little pieces here because I'm not gonna keep that if I'm not going to use it. So I'm probably gonna put these in my dimensional little die cut area, my dimensional ephemera graveyard kind of place. And I know they're in there, so I'll pull from them frequently. So that's good. I can throw out this packaging. Yay. So there goes that. Then I finally used a couple of these on a layout. I think I used a couple of the wood veneers, maybe not sure. Oh yeah, I used, there was one that says yum here, and I used that for sure, and I probably used a couple stars in places as well. Before I go through this paper, let's just quickly go through here. So this one I used 1, 2, 3. I think I used 3 pieces and I only have 2 left, so yay for that. Yeah. And then this, I didn't even look at this until the end of the kit for like the last 2 layouts, which I didn't really use. Like, I mean, these 2 layouts where I kind of cheated and not really used the kit. That's where I used these, but that's fine because I hadn't used them anywhere else. So I used 2 words, in progress and fantastic, and I did use some hearts and stuff throughout the kit, but yeah, there's that. I did use this tissue paper, so that's good. I think I used 1 sticker off of here, but 1 is better than nothing, I guess. So that I didn't use these. The color didn't really match. I love this color and the font and the fact that it's puffy, but it just didn't match the blues that were in the kit. I did use this on 1 layout, so that's good. Didn't use these, and I think that's about it for embellishments. Now I still have the sticker sheets. I'm really happy with what I used from the sticker sheets because they were all unused, by the way. So I used stuff from most of them. So this one I used quite a bit of things. I mean, I'm happy that I used the border strips and like this piece. So that's good. This one I used the alphas a lot. Not a lot. I did use the alphas. Almost all of them, like with the exception of the blue one, and that's some words. This one I didn't use. The photo plate, I didn't really use any of the photo plate stuff in here because that had a lot of blue, and the rest of the things that I was using didn't have a lot of blue, or the blue that it had was really, really different. So I didn't really use any of the photo plate stuff that I had included in the kit, but I love this collection so much. I'm going to probably make a layout with it soon because I've been looking at it in my kit and like, I really want to use this, but I just never found the right photo to work with it, and it didn't really match anything of any other things in the kit. So, oh, I think I did use like 1 sticker from here, but that's about it. From here, I did use a couple things in the border strips, so just imagine this was all unused, and I only made 6 layouts with this kit, and there's so many things in it. So I feel pretty good about what I used. Here's like a sketch that was for the sketch challenge. Sorry, my computer just made some weird noise. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna check that later. So sorry about that. So I just printed out the sketch so I could look at it while I was scrapbooking. So that's that. And now paper. Okay, I cut into a lot of paper. I had mostly 12 by 12 paper in here, so I am really pleased with the amount of paper I used. I still have some full 12 by 12s. At some point, I had set in my goal that I wanted to cut into all the 12 by 12s, but I didn't use any of the photo play stuff, so that explains the reason why I didn't cut into everything, but that's okay. So, I have like a little bit of a few scraps here, randomly thrown in here. So let's take a look. So this was like a mixed media background I had made for a completely different layout, and just stuck it in here, and I used it for something. I'm gonna just throw this out. So yeah, here's a little piece of this paper left. I do have a lot more, but this is just like a little piece. This was a 6 by 6, and I used just a piece of it. I used almost this paper completely up. It was a 6 by 6. The same goes for this one. So I'm really happy about that. And then I have a little piece of this left. I do have a lot more of this left, but yeah. Oh, and then this piece here this was included in my other kit, but it must have gotten mixed up when I combined the 2 kits for layout. So I still have this piece left. I said I used it up in the other stash video, but I still have this little piece left. So I am not looking forward to putting all this paper away, guys. Okay. At some point I started keeping scraps in here. These are mostly scraps I'm probably gonna throw away. So for example, I was keeping this to like maybe mat something, so that's gonna go in the garbage. this is gonna, no, actually these I'm going to keep because I still have a lot, not this, but this I'm gonna keep because I still have a lot of the collection left. Same goes for this. So I'm going to keep all of these pieces because I do have the full paper. It's just this little piece here. So I am gonna probably keep those until I finish with using that collection. I did use a lot of this because I used a chunk of it of the back side, and I did use these as well. But I love this so much, I'm still gonna keep it. So there's those tiny little scraps that I felt had to be contained in that folder. And now to like the fuller sheets of paper. So the ones that I use completely as backgrounds and stuff, I'll point those out later when I'm going through layouts, but I'm going to show you what's left. Oh, I do have some like border strips too, like as evidence that I used them. So anyway, oh, I have more 6x6 stuff here. I don't know, okay. I didn't use this. It looks like I used it, but I didn't. Or this, that's okay. Or this. Now, the reason why I didn't really use the really summery stuff, like let's go to the beach and the flip-flops and stuff, is because I haven't gone to the beach yet. It's July. It's almost the end of July, and I have to not gone to the beach. I know that sounds weird, but it's really unusual for my family to not go to the beach from like May. So that's why I don't have any layouts, because I don't have any photos to make layouts about. I probably will have a ton of those types of layouts in August, which is probably when I'm going to use all this stuff that I didn't use in here. So anyway, now part of the reason for that was the swim. I had swimming, and the swim meets every, like I had a lot of, we had the national championships in the open category, men's and women's, and then we had the kind of junior championships for my category by age group. So it was kind of like a busy couple months after school closed. And then also our dog. We had our dog was pregnant. She just gave birth today, so that was also the reason why we couldn't just up and go to the beach. But anyway, I don't think you needed to know that. This video is already taking too much time. So I have a little piece of this. I do have a lot more of that, but this is just a scrap piece, so I'm gonna leave it to the side and show you guys later. This one, it was cut in half when I added it in the kit, but I did cut into it and use it, so that's good. This one I used quite a bit. I just cut a few of the flowers out. Oh, and I did use a chunk of it to back something. So yeah, I did use this quite a bit. I used this one, so I cut into that, which is good. I used a couple of strips from this. I really wanted to use this side, but the color didn't match with anything else. I was constantly trying to use that side. I have about half a piece of this, a little bit more than half. A little bit more than half of this paper. This paper, I did not expect whatsoever to use this side, but I used it more than I used the popsicle side, which I adore. So I'm gonna have to like hoard this now. Anyway, at least I cut into it. I did use this quite a bit, this side mostly, as opposed to this side. I did use a bit of this. This is the only photo play paper that I used, I think. So yeah, I did use a chunk, a good part of that. I used that on 2 layers. This I was planning to use as a background, and the right photo didn't present itself, which is why I didn't use it. And then this is mostly the photo play paper I was talking about that I didn't cut into. Like this one here. This one, I love this paper. Here's a Cutter Bella, but I stated from the beginning when I made the kit that I would probably not use this because it just doesn't match, but it was too pretty not to include. So yeah, I didn't make a photo of a layout of all glasses in the end, so this didn't get used. And this didn't get used because the palm trees are more like a beach thing to me, and I didn't go to the beach. And oh, I have a piece left of this paper here. And then this is the thing that I'm most sad about. I made the whole kit based on this paper to finally use this paper because I absolutely adore it. And I really want to use it as background. Did not work. Did not manage to use that. I think it's probably because I don't want to use, I want to hoard it. So I'm waiting for that like perfect picture or like perfect story to use it with. And it has not yet presented itself. So that's the reason behind that, I think. So there's that. Let me just kind of move this huge pile of stuff somewhere so I can bring over my layouts. So the process videos for all of these should be posted before this video is posted. So first, I'm going from newest to oldest. So this layout I absolutely adore. I am in love with this layout. This is where I used that paper there, and this is where I used one of these. So from the kit on this one, I used a chipboard piece from that bright set, and then a bit of washi and the die cut, and this. I think that's about it. And like a couple pieces of paper. Oh, actually, this one here, this is actually a 4x4 card, which had a huge icon in it, and I had used the icon on a previous layout. I think it was the ice cream one. I think it was this one. But I had cut in such a way so the outline wasn't cut, and then it worked perfect to match behind my photo. So that's why I keep that stuff when I'm working with a collection or with a kit. So I don't keep it after I'm done with the kit and like I put it back in my stash, but I do keep it throughout the kit or throughout when I'm using the collection. So I really love how this turned out, and I just really love how these words. Like the title kept on building and building. So I had in my mind that I wanted to use like shopping spree, and then I saw the in progress piece on that sticker sheet. I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I remembered that I had this new Amy Tangerine set of chipboard and I remembered like this word exactly. I think I saw someone use it, and I remember, oh, I had that, and it's real cool. So I kind of had it in the back of my mind, and I thought it just worked perfectly. So it ended up being awesome shopping spree in progress. And I really like how that title came about. So there's that. And I'm really happy. Talking about using up stash, I am really happy. I use a lot of this confetti chipboard. So I use that piece, that, and that, which is a lot. Because I'm trying to use that up, and I find it difficult to use on pages because it's really birthday themed. But I think I've used everything that's not specifically birthday themed, so I'm gonna have to like make some birthday layouts or something like that. But anyway, I am talking way too much about random things in this video, so I'm sorry, guys. This one here, I wanted to scrap with this picture, and that's probably the reason why I had trouble with using my kit, because there's not a lot of blues in this kit, as you notice, and certainly not a lot of royal blues. And I had in my mind that I had this beautiful paper, it's a Hip Kit Club exclusive, so I just pulled that set of papers that came in that kit and started from there, and then tried to kind of pull embellishments from my stash kit. So I have the June 2017 Hip Kit, the main kit. I got that at a Black Friday sale, and I still have a lot of the papers left, and I've kept that set of 10 papers, not peppers, together. I just pulled that out, and I use this paper. I need like 30 more sheets of this paper. This is so gorgeous. I love this so much, and I really like the back side as well, but this is just too pretty not to use as a background. So I pulled out that paper, and then I also pulled out this paper here, which matched the blues really nicely, and then these two cutter parts that was also in that paper set. And then I pulled out these chipboard pieces and the puffy stuff from my kit, and then this is from the Vicky Budin set, which I don't know why I'm explaining this so much, because I have process videos for all of these, and I don't need to make this into a half-an-hour video. But anyway, I just like to talk apparently when I'm making videos. So I also did some splatter with some acrylic ink. Now this one I'm not even going to talk about, because I talked about it both in the process video and in the other stash kit share. So here's just a quick peek at that. Not going to say anything. You can go check out the other stuff if you want to know. So this one, I love how this one turned out. Everything I used on here is from the kit, with the exception, of course, of the stamp. So this was part of that. I made a couple backgrounds and filmed the process of that. And I made like a series every Friday. So the first Friday there was me making the backgrounds, and then the rest of the Fridays I made a layout with those backgrounds. And this is one. This one came together so easily. It literally took me 45 minutes to make. If we not counting the stamping, I think it's the fastest layout I've ever made in my life. But then of course the next day I made the longest layout I ever made in my life, which was actually this first one. 2 hours of filming. That never happens. Not even when I go to eat lunch or something and I still leave the camera on. Never. I was sitting at my desk for 2 hours straight to make that layout. Anyway, I really love how this turned out. Just like, I think like the labels really work with the picture, and all the colors work so perfectly, and like the layering and the title, I don't know, everything just flowed. Like anything I picked up matched perfectly. And I think that's the reason why. And I also love how this journaling came about. So there's that one. Again, there's process videos for all of these. I'll try to have a playlist up for just this kit by the time this is uploaded, but I'm not making any promises. I will have that eventually, but this is one of my all-time favorite layouts. I know I absolutely adore this layout. I really like the white on white and how bright it is, and just, I love it. Sorry, that was a weird noise to make. So anyway, this is where I use that one photoplay sticker. And that clip. Oh, this is also from Photoplay. Okay, so I used 2 Photoplay stickers. And I did pull in some sequins that were not in the kit, but that's fine. And I did my journaling in a colored pen for first time in a long time. That's good. And I used a die cut here and up there, so that's good. Good stuff. This one I used a lot of paper and stickers on, so I'm really happy about it. So I used this one. I really tried. The idea came from I wanted to use up all these border strips that were in 2 sticker sheets, and then I added papers amongst them as well. And I just really like how this turned out. This is another 4x4 card, but I don't think I had cut anything out of that one. I just didn't really like it, but I like the orange color, so I just used it back there. Really excited about how this one turned out as well. Actually, this is one of my, I absolutely adore all of the layouts I made with this kit, but I think this is my least favorite. I mean, I still love it, but compared to the others, it's my least favorite. I know that sounds weird, but anyway. Here's the one that I made using the sketch here. This was a collaboration with Caitlin Clary, so if you haven't watched her video yet, go ahead and check it out. This is the only layout I used Cartabella stuff on, Cartabella paper, which was this background. So I completely used up this paper as well. Here's what I used, that emoji love paper and like the wood veneer and stuff. So actually turned out really nice. I really like how this one turned out. So there's that. Didn't expect that to happen. I thought I would not like how that turned out, but I actually really do. This one was fun to make. I had this huge piece of memorabilia from my it's like the entry statement of entry for an international exam, and I just really like how this kind of took on a life of its own, and you can barely see any of the white background. That's what I really like about this one. There's barely any white on here, just like embellishments keep going on and on and on, and you can kind of see stuff peek through from behind this. And I just love the color of this. It's just so pretty. So there's that one. And last but not least is actually the first layout I made, and I love how the mixed media turned out on this. I also used this whole background, which this was actually from Photoplay too. So I did use one Photoplay paper, but it's because it's a black and white neutral. So there's that. I really like how this turned out, like the mixed media and layers, and mostly I really love the speech bubbles, how they just turned out. And this is where I use most of the brads. Like I used 3 brads on here. So that is the end of this very long video. I'm sorry guys, I kept talking too much. I'm too chatting. I see I'm still chatting. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen any of these process videos or my stash sketch there to see how I compare these stuff I used, I'm telling you, it doesn't look like a lot, but anyway. You can go ahead and check that out. All the process videos I have process videos for all of these layouts as part of the July Scrapathon. And July Scrapathon is still not over. There's a couple more videos coming. I think this is posted on the 29th or something. So there's a couple more days for July Scrapathon videos, and also there's a couple more days left open to enter the giveaway that I have going on. That took me 34 minutes to film, so I'm giving away a lot of stuff. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. So yeah, I should probably stop talking now and let you move on with your life. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.